So the US central bank is issuing ideas, putting it out there into the marketplace that they want to issue a digital currency. Now that's not a digital version of the current currency. It's a brand new currency. Call it the US dollar 2.0 if you like. Of course, Germany did that. When their inflation went stupid, they issued a new currency and a new value to fix their inflation. And of course, a digital currency can do that too. Your current paper currency inflation is out of control. We'll just issue a new currency with a new valuation, and inflation is ended overnight. And of course, from that moment on, anytime anything crazy starts to happen again, we just revalue it and call it something different, and away we go. It's very easy from that moment on once you've got a digital currency. One of the concerns that they had, of course, is that if they issue a digital currency, it's coming from the central bank. And it means the outlying branches, which is whoever you bank with, they're not issuing the digital currency. You don't need to have a bank account with them because it's coming from the central bank. It wipes them out. If you take all your money out of them and give it to the central bank, that bank collapses because all the money's been taken out. So that is a concern. Of course, one of the ideas they were using to sell the idea, one of the things to use to sell the idea, is that people without a bank account can have digital currency. Of course, what that really means is if you don't have a traditional bank account, because maybe you live on cash, to have a digital currency account, you still need to have an account somewhere. You don't magically just have digital currency without an account. Something has to be a ledger with your name attached and the amount of digital currency that you have in it. Of course, privacy related issues come that they would be able to control all of your money because they have the on-off switch to your digital currency account. No privacy. They would know exactly what you spend your money on. Not that that's too much different. Now, there was a word that it could bypass Visa and MasterCard and things like that. Now, that only means if they're going to offer you their version of a digital credit card. Because if you're just using your money, your digital money, it's like you're doing now, just by using a PayWave, just waving your card and go blip and paying that way with a digital version of your current money. So there's no change there. Not that I'm seeing. And now they're talking about the idea of being able to change interest rates directly instead of we set the rates, then it goes to the bank and then it goes to you. They'll send it directly to you, of course. Just cuts out the bank in the middle. Now, they're skirting around why they say they want to do it. It can move money faster and maybe they can be better with financial aid. The truth of the matter is this. A collapse is coming. It's unavoidable. They can't tell you the collapse is coming because if they tell you the collapse is coming and it's unavoidable, you will start taking action as if the collapse is coming and it's unavoidable. And that action you take will hasten the collapse and will make the collapse happen. So they have to not tell you that it's coming. They have to keep saying delay, delay, delay. Now, one of their concerns is one of the things they said in the Wall Street Journal article was that they didn't want to be the first to issue the digital currency. They wanted to get it right so they can let those other countries issue the digital currency, then they can look at what's gone wrong and they can fix it and they can do it the correct way. But of course, there's something else that's going on, and that was at the 2016 BRICS summit. Russia and China are part of BRICS and part of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. In the 2016 BRICS summit, Putin said the world needed a third reserve currency. Russia and China are buying up more gold than anybody, and there is talk in the wind of China offering gold-backed oil futures in yuan. Gold-backed yuan oil futures. So people would be trading oil with gold-backed currency. The US doesn't have that, so that would, of course, nuke the petrodollars. But if China wants a digital currency and they're buying up a whole heck of gold, their digital currency might actually be gold-backed. And I would understand why the USA would want to look at what China's actually doing first to see if they need to do any countermeasures. And that is, if China has a gold-backed digital currency, then the USA would want to have a gold-backed digital currency as well, because there's no way they would let China and possibly Russia be the only countries in the world to have a gold-backed digital currency, because people would have more faith in those currencies as a gold-backed digital currency for international transacting instead of the US dollar. Anyway, that's how I see it, at least anyway. So the digital currencies will be coming in. All the countries will be putting them in. It will be part of the reset that's going to happen at some point in time. Sooner or later, it's going to happen, because it needs to happen, because you cannot inflate out of debt forever. And the easiest way to reset the whole currency system is with a digital currency. Unfortunately, people would be giving up their privacy in that light. So how do you get it in? You just tell people it's for international transactions, big business transactions. They can move money around left, right and center very easily. No exchange rate difference. You can do it that way. So you could say Walmart could transact with Amazon or something like that, and they can send $20 million left, right, from one to the other easily, without having, for instance, to go to their bank. Oh, I'm with Chase Manhattan Bank and I'm going to send my $20 million to HSBC Bank. Well, that has to go through a few things to make that happen. But if you have a central bank digital currency account, and they both do, and you just say, I want to send 20 million digital currency to that one, and it happens straight away. So that will be a big sell for the big companies, and especially international transacting. That'll be the first step to get it in. So you would firstly having your digital currency for the big business and things like that for people to buy into it, and normal people on the street would still be dealing in their normal currency. And of course, some of those people could have digital currency too if they wanted to. But the danger is, of course, the mini bank runs, which could collapse the other banks before they're ready to collapse them, because they will collapse them at some point. So before they're ready to collapse them or change their nature in some way, that is. In any way, that's what they're planned. I do believe it will be coming right across the world. Everyone will do it. Over 100 countries are already looking into it. So it's going to happen. Whether or not they all do a digital version and then we have one global digital version, well, obviously that would be a long-term goal. Maybe some people would see that coming. Maybe they wouldn't. It could take 50 years or 100 years to affect that. But the digital currency will be coming as part of the reset of our impending financial collapse.